What's up, Perfectionist fans? We are back with another not-so-after show. We have a special in-studio interview with the Eli Brown, a.k.a. Dylan Walker. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I'm loving this new music vibe that we got going on. What's up, guys? We are back early today. You normally catch us at 7 p.m. for the after show, but we're back for a special in-studio interview. As you can see, we have Eli Brown here. Thank you for joining us. Right there, wherever, all over.
What's up?
Thank you for coming. And of course, we have, my lovely co-host, Chae.
Hey guys, how are you guys
And we
doing?
have I'm sorry to cut you off. And we have our new addition, Alice.
Hey guys. She doesn't like me.
I love you. I love you. And yeah, guys, we have an exciting time going on right now. We have Eli here again. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
We just want to dive right all in. I know the fans are excited they're in the chat, probably going crazy right now.
Yes, they
We're
are.
loving your character, Dylan. And yeah, how has it been so far? We know this is your outbreak role. This is your very first role.
Yes.
Yeah. How has that been? What was this experience like for you? Just kind of give us all. We're ready.
It was just totally mind-boggling. I mean, to be thrown into a show with such a built-in fan base and a very passionate fan base,
Absolutely.
is I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it was definitely an intense start, but it's been awesome. It's been very cool.
That's great. And even with that, I can only imagine with you guys already having this set fan base, was it a lot of pressure going in with at least the other characters that were there? They've kind of been doing it for a while. How was that for you?
There was there was not a lot of pressure. They were very welcoming, and I don't know. I kind of made the conscious decision to go into it with a completely clean slate, and just kind of make an effort to come at it with my a new point of view and a new idea of what this world should be. So.
And I know you said you're from Oregon. Were you in theater growing up, or how'd you get into acting?
Growing up, no. I always wanted to act, but I was naive enough to believe that an opportunity to just be on camera would show up for me. Yeah, exactly. And so I completely rejected the idea of theater, and I wasn't practicing. I wasn't doing anything to really work towards that goal. And finally, in high school, my classmates talked me into it. Thank God. And then I went on to do exactly. And I went on to do 5 or 6 plays. So yeah, I did theater, and that's where my roots are.
Awesome. What was your favorite play that you did?
Death Trap, which was actually made into a movie. Very good movie, too.
I remember that movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a very fun play.
That's great. So let's go ahead and get into your character, Dylan. How was it playing this role? Did you feel like you kind of connected to him in a way? How did you get into the character?
I do feel like I connect to him. We're both musicians and very passionate about our music. And I do tend to be, a perfectionist when it comes to that aspect of myself. Aside from that, I wouldn't really call myself a perfectionist. So there was a bit of a gap that I had to jump to portray Dylan and really care about all these minute aspects of his life. I'm gonna take these off, by the way, because I keep doing that, and it's gonna go on all night. But
now, were you a good studier in school? So is that something that you?
I was not. No, I was not. I got good grades. I got pretty fabulous grades, but I was not good at
just
doing the homework
smart
and
talented.
I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to sit down and do homework. That's not to say you should not do your homework. Go do your homework. Homework is important.
Where would you say you and Dylan differ?
Yeah, that academic side of Dylan for sure is not in my blood. That's why this job is so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a fun one. Well, we have a lot of people in the chat too that are
okay. I gotta ask about
raging
this
to
real
say
quick.
hello to you.
Is this This is YouTube,
This is YouTube, yeah.
and there's like live chatting on
Live
YouTube
chatting.
Yes.
Yes.
I've never seen that. That's very cool. What's up, guys?
So you have to go back and check our after shows because it goes crazy. Like they love the
It's
show.
going
They go
crazy
back
right
and
now.
forth.
We
What
actually
is-
just had someone say that they're watching this instead of doing their homework.
Go do your home. Well, no, watch it and do your homework.
At the
How
same
about that?
time.
Yeah.
And some people are saying they are good in school. Somebody says they have a 5.0 GPA. Congratulations, first of all.
I didn't even know that was
I
possible.
thought that a 4.0 was the highest.
No,
I
now,
knew you could
now
get,
it's
like-
going to like a 5.0. Like the whole grade point average has now even exceeded
It's
itself.
extra.
Yes.
It's
so
gone
extra.
extra.
Terrible. That's so much more pressure and oh god. Just getting out of hand.
Oh, God.
Now there's people with 5.0s.
Jeez Louise.
I mean,
Terrible.
congratulations. But
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, so going back to like just being on set and just with this new role, did the cast embrace you or your other co-cast members? Did they embrace you and take you in? How was the vibes or just the connections you all made throughout filming?
They absolutely did. And it was interesting going into it too because you know, you hear things about Hollywood, right? How everybody's very conceited and full of themselves and can be rude and materialistic. And I expressed to my friends and family that this is what I wanted to do, and a lot of them were like, "Stay away! Like you don't want it." But so when I got this role, I was kind of afraid that would be the reality, and I would realize that they were all right, but. It was not at all the case. Everybody was so cool, in fact, that the first time I met them, I was like, everybody is just being fake. Like, they're just way too, there's no way they're this nice.
Right.
And then we kept shooting and kept going, and I'm like, no, you guys are all just like very genuine, very cool, down-to-earth people. And they were very welcoming, and yeah, we all get along very well.
Do you guys hang out outside of the show?
When we have the energy, when we can muster the energy, yeah.
So it's hard living in LA. It like exhausts you just like being here sometimes.
Yeah.
So how was shooting? You said you're exhausted. Are there long hours, or how did that work out? Were you guys there till 3 a.m. or?
Well, really, what like kicked my ass was the early call times. You know, when my call time is 5:45 or something, and that means waking up at 4:30. I'm not a morning person, so you know the shooting it was 12 to 13 hours a day, which I feel like is pretty standard. I mean, it's still a long time, but that's pretty standard. So we weren't doing anything ridiculous, but it really was just that, like, those early mornings. Yeah, and it definitely caught up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time of year were you guys filming?
What was it? September through
January.
I think.
So
yeah.
it was like cold too.
It was cold, and it was insane because, like I said, I would have these really early call times, right? So you're waking up before the sun rises, and then you're going straight to work. And as you're like walking into the shooting stage, the sun is like just starting to come up, but then you're inside the shooting stage all day, and there's no natural light in there. And then by the time you get off, you're going home, and the sun's already down. So I wouldn't see the sun for 5 days in a row.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
At least you weren't working nights. I always prefer
Well,
working
we
in the
actually
day.
we usually spent at least Fridays shooting nights. That's when we would do all our exterior spooky night shots on Friday nights.
So that cabin scene, man. Tell us about that. How was it shooting that scene? Was that fun or?
Yes. It was divided up. So we shot the exterior at some cabin. I don't even remember where it was. It was far out. But then the actual inside the cabin scene, that was on the sound stages. So we weren't really in the woods.
Oh,
and,
bummer.
I know. I hate to disappoint, but that's the truth.
Darn, I just knew you guys were out in a random, vacant cabin that you guys made your own and decided to, we'll just shoot here.
But it was very fun. Roger Cumble was directing that scene, and
Bring Roger.
he's
I love Roger. Come on.
he's so funny. He's a crack up. But he was directing that scene, and he was like, let's just make this really, really, like, I want this to be like theater. Just go at it and scream at each other and charge each other. And it was a lot of fun to shoot.
It was fun to watch.
It really was. How is it working with Marlene? She's been in this game for a long time.
I know. It's very cool, and she's a total mama bear. You know, she really just embodies that idea of like we are a family, and she really employs it. She's great. She's very great.
Do you have a funniest moment shooting?
Yeah, every day. Every day they all blended together, honestly.
So it was a good time then. That's
it was
good.
a blast. Yeah, it was awesome.
I know you guys have posted like behind the scene pictures where you're just all like in heavy coats because it's so cold.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of with like maybe one space heater.
The soundstage had no heater, and it's just literally it's this giant warehouse with cement floors and no heat in the middle of winter in Oregon. So
Yeah.
it was freezing.
Yeah,
Wow,
I've
that's-
worked in some warehouses like that on other movies, and it's not a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So how has your transition been from, you said that you were in plays before television. How was that? Do you find it different, or are there any
Yeah. things
things that you miss from being in plays opposed to being on a TV show?
Yes and no. And oddly enough, it's kind of the same things that I miss and I don't miss. Because, when you're doing a play and it finally comes time to perform it in front of people, it's totally yours, right? No one can stop the show and step in and say, "Hey, you're doing this wrong." Whereas when you're shooting a TV show, we'd be shooting these scenes, and I'd go into the first take and I would deliver what I thought was like my best that I had, right? And then the director would step in, or the DP or whoever, and they would say, "That was awesome, but can you just do exactly that, like an inch to the right, because you were being shadowed by so-and-so." And I'm just like,
I put my all in this one part.
and I gotta move like a centimeter to the right because I was in a shadow. So, but I also really appreciate that sometimes, that I can go back and rework something. So it's like I said, it's kind of the same things that I miss and I don't miss about theater. But it's an entirely different world. And when I was doing theater, the note that I constantly got was like, you look like you are coming off as though you're acting for the camera right now. You got to be
Just
bigger.
in it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was kind of, I don't know. I don't want to sound cheesy, but it was like I definitely meant for in front of the camera stuff. That's my strong suit.
So you and your character Dylan and Andrew had your like late anniversary this episode, and it was just so cute. And so you got to play your song for him.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been working with Evan on set and like defining your relationship and bringing the realness to it?
Evan's very cool. We share an obsession with Jim Morrison, so we're constantly sending each other stuff and talking about Jim Morrison. We immediately clicked because of that. Yeah, but he's a very cool dude. I love hanging out with Evan, and he was like my go-to guy when I was doing self-tapes and stuff in Portland. So we really hung out quite a bit and got pretty close. And it just made it easy shooting those scenes. It just made it really easy.
And you guys did the Dream Loud official.
We did. That was
with Brad.
That was like a
Young,
week
and
ago or something.
I love Brad.
He's awesome. He's such a character.
Amazing.
He's so funny. Yeah.
How was that? Like, and especially because all the photos are in black and white as well. And now you're also being mentioned in Just Jared. Did you know, obviously being a part of the fan base, that Pretty Liars is a big fan base, but also now that you're a part of it and 9 episodes later, you're being mentioned in Just Jared in 17. How does that make you feel?
Teen Vogue.
Teen Vogue. Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
It's just part of the job,
He's so chill about it, and I love it. Humble, chill, just like, it's part of it. Whatever.
I don't know what else to say. It kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Well, speaking of, we talked briefly, before we started taping about how you don't like to go back and watch the episodes, or it makes you a little nervous. What is it, because you're your own self-critic, or
yeah,
or is it because this is new, it's kind of fresh?
I think both. I think the idea of being able to watch myself on a television screen and having the knowledge that same thing is going on in living rooms all over, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's freaky.
It's kind of scary, huh?
Yeah. And I find that if I can just kind of be like, here's my work, or I'm sorry, here's our work, right? Here's our work. Take it, watch it, and I will absolutely go back and I will watch all of them. But right now, it's just like it's too new for me. It freaks me out.
Yeah.
It totally freaks
I
me
get
out.
that.
And then it's still going right now. So you probably just need that time to kind of like let it pass over. People kind of forget about it. And then you can go back and be like, okay, so this was good, but I probably should do this.
Exactly.
I mean, but we watch. We enjoy Dylan as a character. So I feel like you have nothing to be worried about when you do eventually go back and watch.
Thank you.
Well, we have a gajillion people in the chat asking about your opinion on Vanderkiss.
Is that I'm sorry, I don't.
Mona and Taylor, I think.
I guess.
Yes, Mona and Taylor's
I don't even
relationship.
know what that was either.
No, when I had Haley in,
Taylor
I
and
had to
Mona.
ask her that. I did not know what Vanderkiss. She had to explain it to me. So apparently that is Mona and Taylor's relationship name, like ship name.
He's like, I didn't know.
I didn't know. What's my
Well, sorry,
opinion on it?
fans. We don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
Some people in the chat want to know what was your favorite episode that you filmed.
Probably just honestly the pilot, just because it was so new. It just every moment was just like, whoa, what's that and why is that happening, and this is so cool, and like unlimited snacks and like, you know, it's just
You gotta love crafties, man.
Yeah.
Free food. Thank you so much.
I know. So it was, the pilot was really magical.
So when you get the script every week, you read it out. Were you trying to guess who the killer was yourself while
No.
you're reading? You didn't.
No.
You weren't tempted to try to figure it out.
No, because it could be any of us. There's no guessing. I wasn't. I didn't even try and like start doing that mental math game where I'm like placing all these puzzle pieces. No.
No, you're
There's
just
too
like,
much.
let me just master this script, what I have
Yeah.
for this time,
Exactly.
and we'll go on with it.
Exactly.
Have you heard any rumors about a season 2 that you can share?
No. What I can tell you is that everybody says there's no way you guys aren't getting picked up.
I agree. There's no way.
That's what everybody says.
I mean,
Other than
it's
that,
true, especially because the Teen Choice Awards are about to pop up. Here come your surfboards.
yeah.
So there you go.
And not even just that, like, we just know the fan base. We know, like, Pretty Little Liars fans go hard. So, like,
Yeah,
to
look
have
at
this.
They're all here
Yeah.
tonight
So
with us.
to have, the Perfectionists and, a spinoff, everyone's going crazy. I'm going crazy. We need a season 2.
Yeah.
Sebastian Martinez Guzman, I got you, said Dylan's badass.
Which one do I look at? Thank you very much.
Let 'em know.
That means a lot.
I totally agree. I
love being
love
badass.
Dylan's character. Like your heart of who Dylan is. Like you're so sweet, and I love the fact that when you guys talking about the Golden Girls, she's like, you're so Rose. You kind of are. Like, not like just in the spirit of who Rose was. Her innocence, her likability, her heart.
I gotta be honest. I had to go research.
The Golden Girls.
Yeah, when they wrote that in.
Did you know the Golden Girl, at least of the show?
I don't know.
Aww.
I only know because of the reruns they would play on Lifetime. My mom was a huge Lifetime fan.
I watched
so.
the Golden Girls when I was little. if that makes
I
me
didn't. It's on
old.
Hulu, so that's why I legit binged it. And I was just
Thank
like,
you for
when
being
I started watching, I was
Yeah.
like, why am I just now watching you? They're like, for the time that it came out, it is so amazing. These 4 older women are just hilariously funny.
Maybe I gotta
He's
go
like,
back and watch it.
Can't relate.
It's like, I don't know. Just go on YouTube and type in Rose awesomest moments. Like people just have clips. And
Oh,
it's
I went.
really-
No, I went and checked it out when they wrote that in. But other than that, I mean, before that, I was like totally in the dark.
Oh.
So what are some of your tactics that you use to prep for your role or going into that character of Dylan?
Playing a lot of guitar, even though he doesn't play guitar.
So with
Just like
that,
getting like.
oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
With that, was it easy for you to transition into playing the cello? Yeah.
No,
Did you actually play on the show?
I did. I was my fingers and my bowing and.
Wow.
That's not my audio, of course.
Okay.
It really did not.
I'm like, did you have to take lessons really fast?
No, it
or
sounded
what?
much more like. But
Are
it
you
was
gonna
like,
release any
no,
originals?
no, not on the
So
channel.
how did you stay in character? Like I probably would have like busted out laughing if I knew I was just
It was
playing
hard.
anything while like acting it out.
Well, no. So what we would do actually is I would learn the songs note for note, and I would practice them, and then so my fingers are actually in the right places. If a cellist goes back and looks at it, it should be pretty damn close to correct. So I would get that down. It wouldn't sound good, but then I would go and they would bring these speakers and play the audio super loud so no one could hear how bad it sounded, just so we could make it through, because otherwise people would break. I would break. I mean, it's like, it sounds so bad.
Movie magic.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I mean, I like when I was, researching, I'm like, oh, so he actually did play the guitar. Maybe does that correlate? Are they able to, do both? But
Well, I thought that would be the case. I thought, they're both string instruments, but
It'd be close, but not
Mm-hmm.
so.
oh, they're so different. And I mean, the bow is really an instrument of itself. I mean, it's like a whole new aspect, and the curvature, the strength. I don't even know. I don't want to get into it. It like stresses me out. It really does.
well, it was believable on camera,
Good.
and I just knew that you had been doing it for years.
All right, I'll take it. I love it.
All the fans want to know if you can describe anything from the finale.
I don't see. It's too risky. It is too risky. We only got 6 days left. You guys can wait. Stir in the
People are all hoping
anticipation.
Spencer's gonna be in the finale.
All hoping who?
Troy.
Oh, I can't say anything.
Yeah. I tried, guys. I tried to help you.
Oh, they get at us. They're like, you guys don't ask any questions, or we want to know more. And we're like, we're trying, guys, but they can only give so much.
I can't say.
I have an
I know you're gonna
NDA
get
to
him in
think
trouble.
of.
So since I feel like you're established kind of now. Like you've landed a major role on a major show, a major network. How do you think you've grown from I don't know, maybe your play days to now? Do you think you are at the next level and you're ready to take on maybe a more challenging role? How has it been for you?
I cannot declare that I am at the next level. I don't, because like I said, it terrifies me to watch myself. I would love to take on a challenging role and attempt it,
So what would be like your dream role? Like when you knew that you wanted to become an actor, where did you see yourself? Like what did you think your peak would be?
That's a great question. I don't really know. I'm just waiting for the right audition memo to come in, and just go at it full force.
But I love it. I think that's good that you're very humble and you're just going with it. You're just enjoying what you love, and it's kind of just like wherever this takes me, it takes me.
Exactly. That's the only way to look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's so everything all of a sudden is just so out in the open, and you have you finish one job. All right, where's the next job? I'm living up in Oregon, right? But I'm supposed to be down here to do stuff like this and go out on auditions, but I don't want to get a place down here because we'll be shooting up in Portland if we get picked. And it's just like all these moving parts, and it was really stressful when we finished shooting the show. I was like, I have no idea what to do, where to go from here. But eventually you just realize, you're like, all right, whatever. Like,
yeah, it's
this
like
is
that
cool.
feeling
Like,
of,
I don't.
summer
It's
camp ending.
yeah, it's like an adventure. I'm like, I have no idea where I'll be living in a month. I have no idea what I'll be doing in a month, who I'll be surrounded by. It's just like, you just gotta accept it.
If you, Eli, could give Dylan any advice, obviously because he's going with the ethics board committee and everything, what advice would you give him?
Stop cheating at school, man.
I mean, facts.
And on your boyfriend, God.
He did it once.
Wait.
I wanted to kind of, I don't know why I want to defend Dylan right now. Like,
You're feeling Dylan.
I was sad when that happened.
He did it
Yeah,
once.
bad man.
Oh.
Bad man. He's trying though.
He's working.
He's trying. He's under a lot of pressure.
It's mistakes. I mean, that's, I think, the one thing, if the show teaches us anything, we make mistakes because we're human. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And how you deal with those mistakes is what is true character of a person.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't think Dylan is really a bad guy. Like
I don't either.
No, I don't think he's a bad guy.
I think he's good.
He just made some
You know,
mistakes.
it
In
was
fact, I
just
actually think he's
Nolan and him, you know, manipulating him, and it just kind of happened.
Although I don't know what Dana said to Claire about Dylan in this episode, because she was like, well, if things are true about you, you're not going anywhere.
And I thought she just meant about the murder of Nolan.
I don't know what she meant.
Or
But
I
was
thought
like,
she
what does
meant
she
about
know?
just like, well, I guess the cheating was factual, so.
What else could Dana have on you? That's a good question.
That woman is unstoppable.
She took out Mona, and I'm still. If I was Mona, I'd have been like, Claire, I would pull my Mona-ness, my crazy Mona out real quick. Like, I'm not terminated. Understand what's about to happen. I know things about you. I'll be pulling out tricks left and right. Like, I'm just saying. But that's me.
When you're in character and in your role, is it sometimes hard to kind of like snap out of it, or like, I don't know, like do you get like emotionally invested in it? Because I know some people, they really like tap into the character where it's kind of just like, okay, back to the real world. So like, how was that for you?
I don't even know. I'm
You're like,
serious.
I'm new to this. I'm just, you know, doing it.
No, when they call action, it's like an immediate like total blackout, and then as soon as they call cut, it's like, okay, cool. All right. What did I do? I can't remember anything. Like, I totally black out when they're shooting. It's very bizarre. Yeah, but it's the truth.
It's crazy. How is Dana as, you know, because she's really fierce in the show. Is she like that in real life?
No, no.
That's what led me to that question, because I'm like, I feel like if I was on set and then when we finished, I would just still be mad at Dana, like, how dare you do this? I have to bring it back together, like, oh,
Like,
cameras are off.
to decompress myself, like, I'm mad at you right now. Give me 5 minutes and I'll be back to Eli. I have to leave Dylan back there real quick.
Well, that's like Christian Bale is very much like method, and he needs like, you know, the movie to end before he's back to being himself.
So Dana's cool.
Real
Life Dana. The real person that plays Dana is cool.
Clay is very cool. He's very, very cool.
Eli, what are your thoughts on Dana, like as a character wise? If she was coming after you, how would you feel?
She sucks. She's so, and it's not even like her motives. It's just the way that Dana talks. It's so cocky and just like, you're done. You know, like it's. I don't know. I would. If she was on my ass, I would run for the hills for sure. Like, I don't know why Dylan. I have no idea why Dylan's sticking around. I'd just be out because she's too smart. You can't outsmart her.
I just need Mona. I need crazy Mona because like I just need her around real quick because I feel like the only person who probably could beat Dana is Mona if she stops making out with Mason for a second. Right? I like it and everything. I'm just saying I need you to. I need the Mona that won the game in Rosewood to come back real quick and show Dana I'm not here to play with you.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting on. Maybe we'll get that, you know, next week on the finale.
I'm really hoping. I just want somebody to put Dana and Claire in their places.
Yes.
Please. Like, Claire, you're sending your grown daughter, mind you, to a psycho's resort, quote unquote. I'm sorry. Like the spa. First of all, can you do that? If I'm a grown woman, can you actually
No, I don't think you can.
send me somewhere?
I don't think you can.
If you're their legal guardian, yes.
But
Taylor's
an adult.
Not if they're
an adult, you need a court order saying you're their legal guardian. Which,
But
knowing
if- but
Claire,
if
she
you're-
probably would have gotten that.
Right, but if you're an adult, you're your own legal guardian, right?
No, not necessarily.
Really?
If you've ever tried to hurt yourself, like commit suicide or threaten anyone else's lives,
That's
your
true.
family
That is-
members can then take basically guardianship over you.
That's
and
true.
Control your life.
If there's any threat of.
It's crazy.
It's really difficult to do though. In some states, states it's easier, but
Well, it wasn't hard for Claire with Taylor.
it wasn't hard for Claire.
And Dana's just like backup, like, can I help? Like, no, I need you to sit back.
Yeah, Dana's full force. Claire has confirmed that is her partner. She has made that known, so Dana feels comfortable, you know, coming to her and being that support system now.
Yeah.
But
I've got one last question.
Go ahead. I was thinking of support system. So Sydney was in the airport and she was just taking requests on Instagram, and somebody asked about you. So I took a screenshot of it to show everybody. She said that, pulling it up now because I was on my other thing. Ha ha ha. What did I do? I think I deleted it by accident. Hold on. Sorry. That was my bad. Oh, she pulled it up right there. So, and it was, you can't read that. It says, what's it like working with Eli? Eli is literally my brother. We are brothers. I love that kid. He works hard and always comes to set prepared. Heart, heart, heart.
Sydney, I love you.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take a screenshot real quick.
That's so
and
sweet.
That's awesome.
because we have you here.
All right, and I've got one last question for you too. If you were writing season 2,
If I were writing
yes,
season
if you
2?
were writing season 2,
He's like, wait.
Wait, what?
would all the characters still be together, or like
What do
still
you
in
What do you mean, like
school?
the
Like all-
trio, or with their significant others,
Yeah,
or
like
what do you mean?
You and Mona and Allison and Ava.
Like still friends?
Yeah, they're still all at the same school. Like, are you gonna get kicked out?
We've come
In your imaginary
No.
script.
They would still be together. We're a team now, and we gotta fix this.
Especially when you were so quick to just say Jeremy attacked Taylor. I loved it. It was like a procession of he attacked you with this. We all saw it.
Oh, I know.
He came
That
at
was
you.
great.
I was just.
Oh, that
in
was
this
that was
game.
an iconic moment.
That
on
is
the
an
show.
iconic moment of just.
How it just came instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's what I'm
everyone
saying,
was
we're a
just like,
team.
whoa, like she shot him. And then
How do we save ourselves?
Yeah, Ava was on it. She was like, "Oh, I got this."
I will say what I did love was in this recent episode where Ava just really expressed, or I think it was either Dylan or Ava. You guys were like made it known like we're a family now. Like we're gonna get we're gonna get through this together. And in the beginning we just saw that struggle, and to see it all come together, and now you guys actually trust each other. It was really cool and heartwarming to see. So it's just like I'm ready for this finale to see how you guys are gonna take whoever this person is down, because at this point I feel like it's not gonna be Jeremy.
Because now there's a list too. Like a list. You're on the
Yes,
list.
the beacon
Ray's
guard.
on the list. Taylor is now on the list. I'm just like, first of all, what is this list? And all your names are hashtags. I'm still kind of confused on those hashtags, by the way. But who is this secret little computer in some room that we don't know with like just a coffee mug just sitting
Is
next
it the
to
janitor?
it?
We need to bring that janitor back.
I really want. It's always the janitor.
Or what if it's Andrew?
That actually.
Anything's possible.
Crazy.
That anything is possible.
That's why this show is so magical.
Because I feel like now it's almost too. It'll be too obvious if it actually ends up being Jeremy.
That's how I feel.
True.
So.
But what if it's like reverse psychology?
But he didn't deny it.
What if it
No,
was
But
Claire?
he never said what he did to
Well,
Nolan.
true, yeah.
So whatever he possibly could have done is up to task.
What if it was Claire and Dana's backing her up? That's why they become besties.
What if it was me?
What if it was you?
Where were? Oh yeah, where were you? But no, it was so funny because we were talking about this during the pilot. The only reason I don't believe it's any of you three is because Nolan was watching you guys as you left. So how did you, when y'all split up, how did you get so on the roof so fast?
Yeah, but did you see, as we're all leaving, we're like, are these guys watching? Like, are we?
Oh, I thought
are
you were
they
just looking at each other, thinking, oh, maybe we want to hang out again real quick. Like, okay. So
No, it was, well, I don't know. It's up to interpretation.
Well, I guess we'll just find out. Well, thank you again for Eli for coming.
Thank you,
We
guys.
really appreciate it. I know the fans are extremely happy that you made it. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Anything special coming up, or anything you've worked on?
Do I say the full name of it?
If you want,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
we got.
All right, we'll give the G-rated version. It's a movie called The F-It List. It's not called The F-It List, but that's the nickname. And it should be coming out very soon. Hopefully. I don't know. It's like in the dark. It's always, I'm just waiting, playing the waiting game.
And what
Yeah.
kind of character
That'll be
did you play in
coming
that?
out A goody two-shoes who decides to step out of that role.
Well, we're looking forward to that.
Me too.
And again, thank you for coming. Is there any way we can get in contact with you on social media? Anything the fans can know so they can stay connected with you?
Go follow me on Instagram at elibrown.jpg.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure, interviewing and giving this all to you. Chae, where can they find you on social media?
You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram.
Alice.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Alice L. Ford and on Instagram at Alice's Adventures on Earth. And guys, don't go anywhere because we've got another episode coming up after this.
And we have another guest.
We do indeed. And you guys can find me on all social media platforms at _Tyra Prude. See you guys actually in a few minutes. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.